Hello students, today we are going to start NCERT Science Class 6 Chapter 10 Motion and Measurement of Distances. Generally, we see many examples of motion around us like birds flying in air, buses, autos, rickshaws, bikes, moving on roads, trains on railway tracks, etc. Now the question is, what is motion? If you say that an object that changed its position from one point to another point, we can say that the object is in motion. Suppose an object moves from position A to position B. You call it as a motion. But here the question is how much distance it traveled. What is the distance between point A and point B? So you can notice that there is some motion because it moves from place A to place B. But the question is how much distance it moved. That is the measurement of distances. So in this chapter, we will understand the types of motion and how to measure the distance between two different points. So let us begin with the very well-known things, the transport that we can see every day. We use transport every day. You are using transport to come to your school. Some people may come by auto rickshaw. Some people may come by taking a walk if their house is very close by to the school. So you see that a bicycle, car, bus, all are means of transport to come to the school. But if you have to go out of station, how will you go? You will have to take means of transport like car, bus, motorbikes, etc. if it is very close. What if it is very far? You will have to take a flight or train. So it all depends upon the distance. We choose means of transport according to distance. Now the question is, how did it all start? It all started from walking. Have you ever think how people traveled from one place to another in earlier times? In prehistoric times, humans did not have any means of transport. They had to walk to travel from one place to the other. Later, humans learned to ride animals such as horses, camels, oxen. Humans also made use of these animals to carry goods. Invention of the wheel brought about a revolutionary changes in the means of transport. People also used simple boats and rafts for travel and transport through water. With the invention of the steam engine and later on with petrol and diesel engine, road transport underwent a sea change. The 28th century saw the development of aircraft, electric rails and monorails are some of the fastest mode of transport. But all these years, how did people know how far they have traveled? It is often important to know how far a place is so that we can have an idea how we are going to reach that place by walk, take a bus or a train, a ship, an aeroplane or even a spacecraft. Sometimes there are objects whose length or width we need to know. There are so many occasions when we come across a need to measure length and distances, like the tailor needs to measure the length of the cloth to know if it is enough to stitch a kurta. A carpenter needs to measure the height and width of a cupboard to know how much wood he would need to make its door. The farmer needs to know the length and breadth or the area of his land to know how much seed he can sow or how much water would be needed to his crop. Suppose you are asked how tall you are. You want to tell the length of a straight line from the top of your head to the heel of your feet. How long is the room? How wide is the desk? How far is it from Delhi to Lucknow? How far away is the moon from the earth? All these questions have one thing in common. They all concern distance between two places. The two places may be close enough like the two ends of a table, or they may be far apart like Jammu and Kanyakumari. Measuring length, a history. Distance is the measure of how far or long something is. That is the length of a table or a soccer field, or how far is Mumbai from Delhi. Length can be measured in terms of a unit. It is required to establish a common standard or convention in order to make calculations and analysis easier worldwide. So non-standard units of measurement. Some measurement. Let us work in a group and each of you use your hand span as a unit to measure the width of the desk. Record all the observations. We see that measurement means the comparison of an unknown quantity with some known quantity. This fixed quantity is called unit. That is meter, ruler, meter scale. Are all the measurement done either by handspan or foot equal? Now explanation. We see that the measurement done by handspan or foot might vary. Therefore, some standard unit of measurement are needed which do not change from person to person. In ancient India, small length measurement were done by finger or fist. Many such body parts we used as a unit of length. However, everyone's body part could be slightly different in size, which caused confusion, and hence the French created a standard unit of measurement called the metric system. Standard unit of measurement. The International System of Units is the modern form of the metric system, widely used to measure various quantities. The SI unit of length is meter, mass is kilogram, and time is second. Length, the SI unit of length is meter. Multiples of meter. Meter is not a convenient unit for expressing long lengths. For example, the distance between two places is expressed by kilometers. 1 kilometer equals to 1000 meter. Submultiple of meters. Some lengths are much shorter than a meter. So, centimeter is used to express these lengths. 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter and 1 meter equals to 1000 millimeters. Devices used to measure length. In our daily life, we use various types of measuring devices. We use a meter scale for measuring length. A tailor uses a measuring tape or a measuring rod for measuring the length of a cloth. A measuring tape is used to measure a length longer than 1 meter. It is also used to measure the length of a curved object. In the laboratory, we use a wooden meter scale for taking ordinary measurement. Similarly, a divider is used to measure the distance between 2 points. Length of the curved line is measured using a string. Correct measurement of length. Hold the scale properly along the length of an object. Take the measurement from 0 mark. If the scale is broken, take the measurement from the next full mark and subtract the number from your reading to get the actual length. The position of the eye should be exactly in front of the point of measurement. Now, how to measure length of a curve?
To measure a curved line, the standard measuring tape will not be enough. You will have to use a different mechanism to arrive at the correct length of the curved line. To measure, you will use a thread along the line of the curve. You will use the thread from one end of the curved line to the other end by stretching the thread along the line. After you're done, straighten the thread and measure its length. You will know the length of...
Now, errors in measurements. There may be some error while measuring any objects. That is called parallax. Parallax is the displacement or the changes in the apparent position of the object when viewed from two different points of views. This type of error while measuring is called as parallax error. Time. Time is the unit that measures how long it takes to do anything. Distance is measured with respect to time. If an object is moving with some speed s for a time interval t, then the distance covered in that time will be s into t. That's all for today's class. Till then, bye-bye.